Airports are the same no matter where you go. They're noisy, they're crowded, and there are people who are either suspicious of you or want to screw you out of your money. There are also scenes of happy reunions all over the place. Family, friends, lovers. People are hugging, laughing, and crying no matter where you look. I don't have anybody to hug, laugh, or cry with me. After what feels like hours, my suitcase, my laptop bag, and my guitar case show up on the baggage carousel. I didn't bring much with me to Canterlot. My parents gave me an expense account to buy what I need for the next year. As I head for the airport's main entrance, I see a pair of slender pink hands holding a sign over the heads of the crowd. The sign says, Flash Sentry. Well, it's nice to know I won't have to pay for a cab or something. Not that I even know exactly where I'm supposed to go. As I approach, the shifting sea of bodies give me a brief glimpse of the beautiful woman who's waiting for me. The word knockout doesn't begin to describe her. She's tall, slender, and graceful, wearing tan slacks, white flats, and a cream-colored tank top. Her skin is a light pearl pink, and her long, wavy hair is layered in bands of deep lavender, rose pink, and cream. Her warm amethyst eyes sparkle from a beautiful face. She's also wearing a wedding ring. Oh well. She looks like she's in her 20s, and I'm only 16. Well, turning 16 next week. I walk up to her and introduce myself. She smiles.
Hello, Flash. My name is Cadence. I'm here to take you to the dorm.
Cadence offers to help me carry my bags, but I refuse. Even so, she takes my laptop bag from me. I decide not to argue the point, as I'm tired from the long plane trip. Once we're out the doors, and the noise has died down a bit, Cadence starts talking.
So how was your trip?
Long and boring. I tried to read, but I ended up falling asleep on the plane. That's right. I fell asleep on the plane. And I had a dream. A blue door is flying right at me. As I'm about to slam right into it, it opens. Behind the door is a vast round room. The walls are covered with bookshelves, crammed full of tomes of all colors, shapes, and sizes. In the middle of this room is a low black table with a curved sofa on each side. On the side farthest from me sits a man. At least, I think he's a man. He's small, roundish, and ugly, with bulging eyes, thin graying hair, and a long hooked nose. He wears a black suit, and his white-gloved hands are steepled beneath his chin. He looks up at me and grins a crooked, secretive grin.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
He gestures at the couch in front of me.
Please, sit down.
I sit. The man waves his hand, and a piece of paper appears on the table, along with an expensive-looking fountain pen. How did you do that? Who are you? How did I get here? The hooked-nosed man chuckles. The sound sends shivers running down my spine.
Right now, you are dreaming, but this is no ordinary dream. The Velvet Room is very much a real place, and, well, that's not important right now. My name is Igor.
Igor gestures to the piece of paper.
If you would please, sign your name on this contract.
Contract? What?
It merely states that you accept responsibility for the choices you make, that you will face the consequences of your own actions.
I'm confused, but since this is a dream, I pick up the pen and sign my name on the contract. It promptly vanishes and is replaced by a deck of cards.
Excellent!
He waves his hands, and the cards spread out in a row on the table.
Please, draw one card and lay it face up on the table.
For some reason, I feel nervous. I reach out, draw one card, and lay it on the table.
Ah, now this is interesting. The card you have chosen is the Fool. This card represents you. No, it's not what you are thinking. The Fool Arcana represents the beginning of a journey. It simply means that You have unbridled potential. You are a traveler, facing an open road, ignorant of your destination. Along the journey, you will attain wisdom, and, if you are very fortunate, you will forge bonds with others you meet upon that road. These bonds will help strengthen you and prepare you for the hardships of life.
Igor waves his hand over the cards, and all except the fool vanish.
Now, we have very little time, for you are about to awaken. I will summon you again soon. Oh, forgive me. I have not introduced my assistant.
He gestures to his left. There's someone sitting there who wasn't there before. It's a woman. She seems young and old at the same time. I can't determine her age. Her skin is dark and unlined. She wears a crisply pressed blue uniform with a high collar and no sleeves, and a long braid of white hair with black streaks trails down her shoulder from beneath a small blue cap. She regards me with a neutral expression and nods once.
This is Zecora. You will find her services invaluable in the very near future. Farewell, until we meet again.
Flash, are you alright?
Cadence is looking at me worriedly. I realize that I stopped walking in the middle of the parking lot. Sorry, just a little jet-lagged, I guess. Cadence frowns, but doesn't press the issue.
Well, anyway.
She digs her keys out of her pocket and presses a button on her keychain remote. A nearby SUV's light blinks twice and the back opens.
I'm the manager of the dorm you'll be staying in. I'm also the school nurse.
I put my guitar and suitcase in the back of the SUV, and Cadence sets my laptop bag beside them before closing the back door. We climb into the front, and soon we're on our way out of the airport parking lot.
I should warn you about something before we get to the dorm.
Oh?
Well, you see, all the dorms except one are full. The dorm you were originally going to be assigned burned down in July. It's caused a major problem for the school.
Burned down? Really?
Faulty wiring. Anyway, the boys' dorms filled up pretty fast, as most of the boarding students are boys, and we don't have co-ed dorms, so...
This is going somewhere either very scary or very sweet. Don't tell me. They put me in a girls' dorm.
That's right. Don't even think about trying to take advantage of the situation. You do when you're out on your butt.
Yes, ma'am. So you live at the dorm with your, husband?
A joint housing. Shining Armor and I have our own little apartment, separate from the main dorm, but still on the property. He teaches PE, by the way.
Cool.
There are 6 girls living in the dorm. They're all in the same year as you.
That's weird.
It's a funny coincidence, I agree. Maybe one of them will be your girlfriend.
She winks at me, and then returns her attention to the road.
But behave yourself. Seriously.
I'm not that kind of guy, I say, looking out the window. I can't help but stare in wonder. We're passing in front of our gargantuan school building with a giant statue of a horse in the front courtyard. Is that?
Yep, that's Canterlot High. We're almost to the dorm.
The sun's beginning to set. A few minutes after we pass the Canterlot High campus, we pull up in front of a modest 3-story building.
Here it is. Your new home.
Cadence says as she parks the SUV and kills the engine. We walk through the front doors into a cozy, well-furnished lounge. There are comfortable-looking chairs, a big sofa, a coffee table, a bookshelf with an assortment of books, and a large flat-screen television which is mounted in the corner. The television is currently on and turned to the news, where a perky weather girl is giving the forecast for the rest of the weekend. A girl is sitting in a recliner in the lounge. She has pale lavender skin and long, straight, shiny violet hair with a thin stripe of hot pink that starts just above her left eye and runs the length of her hair. Her razor-straight bangs hang to just above her eyebrows. She's wearing red shorts and a white t-shirt, and idly rocking her bare feet back and forth on the footrest of the recliner.
Well, here we are, Applewood Dorm. Your room's on the 3rd floor at the end of the hall to the right. Twilight, could you come here a second?
The girl puts a bookmark in her book and puts down the footrest on the recliner, tosses her book onto the coffee table, and stands up. Stretching, she walks over to join us.
Sure, Cadence, what's up? Ha! What are you doing in the girls' room? Twilight? This is Flash Sentry. He's going to be living here. What? No! No! He can't stay here. This is a girls' room for girls. There are girls here. Twilight? You know what the housing situation is like after the Golden Oak dorm burned down. Everything else is full up. The only dorm we have left is this one. But...
Twilight looks at me, then tugs down on the hem of her shirt, shuffling her feet awkwardly and blushing. Damn, she's cute. Hey, would you calm down a little? I promise, I'll behave myself. I set down my suitcase and hold out my hand. Flash Sentry. She looks up at me, then down at my hand, uncertainty on her face. Finally, she reaches out and takes my hand.
I'm Twilight Sparkle.
I shake her hand once, firmly, then let it go. Pleased to meet you. I hope we can be friends. I pick up my suitcase again, fighting back a yawn.
You must be exhausted. Come on, I'll show you to your room.
As we climb the stairs, I feel Twilight's eyes on my back.
Twilight's my sister-in-law. You'll have to excuse her. She's not really social. I don't even think she has any real friends other than me or Shining Armor.
Really? Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm hoping she'll make friends with the other girls here.
My room, my home for the next year, is small and empty, yet cramped at the same time. There's a closet, a bed, a desk and chair, a small bookcase, and a small utility cart with a mini fridge and a cheap microwave oven. Above the bed, a set of shelves is mounted on the wall. There's a bulletin board on the wall over the desk with a calendar pinned to it, and a small flat-screen television mounted over the bookcase.
Well, I'll let you get some rest. We'll go over the house rules tomorrow.
She sets my laptop bag down by the desk, then leaves, closing the door behind her. I'm too exhausted to unpack now. I put my suitcase down next to the closet, lay my guitar down next to my laptop, kick my shoes into the corner, and flop down onto the bed.